49ers sac-hi Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
Next on 49ers sac-hi Sports, lots of league games this week, and we have the highlights. We'll see Liberty take on Pittsburgh, Sarah tackles Bellarmine, and Miramonte meets Northgate.
Thrilling volleyball highlights with Branham and Lee, water polo featuring Sacred Heart Prep and St. Francis, plus the D1 football star and how gun violence has impacted his family. It's all right now on 49ers sac-hi Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers sac-hi Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week in Oakland, where the McClymonds Warriors continue their tough preseason schedule. MAC is led by senior running back Javian Thomas, who is averaging 10 yards a carry and 100 yards a game.
San Ramon Valley comes into this game undefeated at 5-0, but McClymonds will be the Wolves' biggest test so far. The Wolves at MAC Friday night.
The Wolves headed to the MAC house in a game that ended in a thriller. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. MAC leads 7-0 in the first. Luke Baker connects with Gavin Jones, who gets lit up but stays on his feet, turns the corner and gets taken down at the 1. San Ramon Valley scores a play later, game tied at 7 after 1. Early second quarter, Javian Thomas gets the rock and pulls a Houdini. Seems to be stopped but stays up and scampers his way into the end zone. PAT good, 14-7 Warriors. Ensuing drive for the Wolves. Baker scrambles to his right and heaves one off of his back foot that finds Caleb Padrid all alone, 64 yards to the house. It evens up the score at 14. What a throw from Baker. But it wouldn't be tied for long. Give Javian the ball and watch him do the rest. He escapes a tackle and scores his second of 4 touchdowns. Mac adds another touchdown to lead 28-14 at the half. 4 minutes in the third. Wolves now trail 35-14. Baker throws a beautiful back shoulder pass to Trevor Scott, who hauls it in to cut the lead 35-21. A few minutes later, Mac on the attack. Ferrari Miller Jr. shows off his horsepower, drives over the defender, and skirts his way into the end zone. Mac leads 42-21 after 3. Game over, right? Nope. The Wolves come alive in the fourth. Wolves now down by 14. Baker shakes off the defense, launches one to the back of the end zone, and Scott somehow makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Wolves within 7. The Wolves recover the onside kick. Baker had over 500 passing yards in the game. Here's 27 yards to Madrid for the touchdown, and Wolves come back from being down by 21 to tie the game at 42. Less than 5 minutes to go. It's been working all night, so hand the ball to Javian. 264 rushing yards on the night as he trucks the defender as he puts the Warriors into the red zone. Here comes Isaac Espinoza to nail a 23-yard field goal, and Mac takes a 45-42 lead. SRV would not answer, and the comeback falls short as Mac gets the win after monster ground games from Javian and Miller.
The Carlmont student section is all fired up as the Scots host Terra Nova. Jake Vanderbrook with the highlights. First quarter, Tigers on the move. Mason Minnie in the shotgun keeps the ball. And the senior brings a defender with him for a 31-yard touchdown. Now that's how you finish a run. But the Scots go on a 13-0 run to end the first quarter, including this touchdown run by John Hanna, who weaves his way through traffic for 6. 13-7 Scots after 1. Second quarter, Scots up 15-13. Jack Weisinger with a nice bootleg, airs it out and finds Luca Byers-Moore for a Scots touchdown. Ooh, great play call there. Here come the Tigers. Mateo Corona gets the carry, finds the hole up the middle, gets by the secondary, and the junior is loose. 50 yards to the house. PAT good, 22-20 Carlmont. Over 30 seconds left. Mason Minnie under pressure, airs it out and connects with Dylan Uter, who breaks a tackle for a 35-yard touchdown. 26-22 Tigers at the half, and the Scots mascot is getting his snack on. Save some for me. But it was all Terra Nova in the second half. The Tigers D would set the tone the rest of the way, which includes this pick by Ronan Sargent, giving Terra Nova excellent field position, and that would lead to this 2-yard touchdown run by Zachary Perez, one of his 3 touchdowns in the ball game. The Tigers are all fired up, and they should be, because they outscored the Scots 20-0 in the second half to pick up the W. 46-22 is your final score.
Let's go Campo. These Campo fans cheering on their girls going against league rival Northgate. First set, Campo in charge early, and a Dendinger to Olivia Weissman, and a nice bump set to McKenna Crossan. Mac had a big night for the Cougs. Later in the first, crossing to Dendinger over to Hannah Bjornson, who crushes it off the block. Campo up 11-10 in the first. Northgate right there the entire set. Senior Ella Isman with the block, but Campo pulls away to take the first. Weissman to Dendinger, deep to Crossan, and the daughter of the Cal head coach goes way up and puts it away. Campo takes the first. More Campo in the second. Weissman to Olivia Wu, deep set to Avea Stone, and that was fantastic. The overpass goes right to Crossan. Yeah, that's not coming back. Did I mention Mack is a freshman? Later in the second, Jackie Lee at the net getting way up and gets the block. That was amazing, Jackie. But Campo takes the second. Sam Brohart to Dendinger to the middle block. Bella Montero, who makes a nice adjustment and gets the kill. Up 2-0. The Cougars keep attacking. Crossan to Wu. A big set to Stone, and the sophomore just crushes that one. The Cougars ended here. Crossan to Wu to Bjornson, who just destroys the defender, and Campo takes it in 3 straight. Crossan leading the way. The Cougars now 5-0 in the Diablo Foothill League.
Adrian Soriano here at Gunderson High School as Pioneer takes on Leland. The Chargers were in control early. Evelyn Burns over to Bella Fulton, and Bella gets the backhand shot to go. Pioneer answers back on the other end. Margaret Chen fires and hits from long distance, but Leland comes right back. Taz Kilpatrick lobs it over to Bella Fulton, who gets the one-timer past the keeper. Now it's Kilpatrick with the pass again, this time to Evelyn Burns, and Evelyn shoots and scores as Leland takes a 6-1 lead after 1. Second quarter now, and Fulton finds Burns, and Evelyn gets the backhand shot to go. 14-1 Chargers at the half. Leland continues its momentum into the second half. Burns over to Brianna Livingston, and Brianna's backhand shot finds the back of the net. Then it's Burns lobbing it over to a wide-open Keilani Morimoto, and Keilani gets one of her 2 goals on the game as Leland goes to 3-0 in the Mount Hamilton division. Fulton and Burns combining for 12 goals for the Chargers.
Each week, the Rikus Center helps us honor the Players of the Week.
The players honored in a wrap produced by the good folks at the Rikus Center. Here are this week's Gary Rikus Players of the Week.
49ers Cal High, Rikus Center, Bennett Roth. These are your Gary Rikus Players of the Week. A leader on the court who helps a team stay in it. You ain't gotta wait a minute for the play of Paige Bennett. A junior from Foothill doing outside hitting. It really doesn't seem like there's a downside hitting in her game. She put up 29 kills. A ground shaking spike must be what the other side feels. When Paige is at the net getting opponents off balance. Defeating Monta Vista flying high for the Falcons. Out for more of that fresh exposure. It's in your running back, Salvador Espinoza. For the Lincoln Lions, he's the elder statesman. Moving the chains like he's a jewelry salesman. 23 carries for $144. With 3 rushing touchdowns and 40 yards more. Added to his statistics, hauling in 3 receptions. He's answering the call and you don't need to leave a message.
Hello?
Yes, indeed. Rikus Center, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Your Gary Rikus Players of the Week.
U.S. Bank presents the Coach of the Week each week.
Here's this week's announcement.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk, here to announce this week's 49ers Prep presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week. This week's award goes to Doherty Valley High School football head coach Roberto Clemente. The Doherty Valley Wildcats extended their record to 6-0 after a big win over the Vallejo Redhawks. The Wildcats got the momentum early and scored in all 3 phases of the game in their 50-12 victory. Coach Clemente will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation for his accomplishments. Congratulations to Coach Clemente, this week's 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank, Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes every week.
Here's Dr. Tim McAdams with this week's tip.
So you got on your bike during COVID, crashed, and landed on your shoulder? Well, commonly this can result in either a dislocation or separation of the shoulder. What's the difference? Dislocations involve the glenohumeral joint. This is the main ball and socket of the shoulder. These can be in different directions and usually involve injury to the labrum or rubbery bumper around the socket. Dislocations need to be reduced or put back in place. Separations, on the other hand, involve the acromioclavicular joint. This is the connection between your collarbone and shoulder blade. Most separations are mild to moderate and can be treated in a sling for a few days or weeks.
Coming up, our CCS SunPower Electric game with a showdown on the hardwood as Mitty battles St. Francis.
And Mission Valley League play with Washington and Irvington as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank rolls along.
Cornerstone program at the Rikus Center is a multifaceted athletic performance program for college-bound and collegiate athletes. Cornerstone training focuses on high-level lifting, explosive strength training, and sport-specific movements. Speed training, 3D metrics with Proteus. Athletic movements, power and strength training. All done with experienced performance coaches. Got goals? Come to the Rikus Center.
Yeah, let's redo the basement.
Hello, home movie theater.
Spare bedroom.
Why not both? Use the U.S. Bank mobile app to apply for a home improvement loan. It's easy.
Wonderful, Alex.
Hey, that's what U.S. Bank is for. Anything else?
How about a loan for a bigger car? Our family is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's moving in with his 5 dogs.
Oh.
Heyo!
And we're expecting.
Expecting what?
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together.
For nearly half a century, DevCon Construction has helped build the dreams of Bay Area schools. DevCon Construction buildings and fields are the foundation for many of our finest schools. The exceptional quality of our finished product is a big reason why we are ranked as the largest builder in Silicon Valley. The quality is what keeps our customers satisfied and wanting to use DevCon for their future projects. DevCon Construction, building our communities from schools to stadiums. Nearly half a century of quality service and a history of success.
49ers Sac-hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By SunPower Electric, proud partner of the San Francisco 49ers. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California in orthopedics. By Service Champions, High Five Service, Champion Attitude, Service Champions. By Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of the San Francisco 49ers. By Stevens Creek Chevrolet, find new roads. And by the Rikus Center, where goals and dreams become a reality.
The St. Francis girls volleyball team is among the top-ranked teams in the nation with a perfect 18-0 record.
The Lancers took a 2-set match against Mitty in a tournament earlier this year, but this match is for first place in the West Catholic League. It's also this week's CCS SunPower Electric Game Hour. Jake Vanderbrook was there.
When it comes to girls volleyball, you know you're in for a treat when St. Francis battles Mitty. These two teams enter this match unbeaten in West Catholic League play. The Lancers are entering this match with an 18-0 record. Be on the lookout for Aaron Curtis. The junior has 170 kills on the season thus far. And for the Monarchs, keep an eye on Audrey Liddell. Look for the California Beach volleyball commit to get a lot of playing time in this match. It's unbeaten St. Francis taking on Mitty in our CCS SunPower Electric game. First set, and the Lancers set the tempo early as Havana Hope sets up Sasha Tuma for the point. But here come the Monarchs. Nicole Nacalantel bumps it over to Caitlin Cook, and the junior unloads for one of her 12 kills in the match. But St. Francis would take the first set as Hope feeds a pass to the outside, and Aaron Curtis finds the hardwood for the kill. 25-21 Lancers, and the student section is loving it. Second set, Monarchs look to get into a groove. Demi Harris bumps it over to Isabella Romero, who winds and fires for the cross-court kill. Moments later, Mitty turns it up a few dials with some defense as Sandy Thomas times her jump perfectly to record the block, but Sasha Tuma says, all right, I'll just get the next one. Does exactly that with this shot. My goodness. Late in the set, Mitty up 19-18, make it 20-18 as Maya Baker bumps it to Audrey Liddell, and of course Liddell's going to slam this ball to the hardwood for one of her 17 kills, but St. Francis rallies late in set 2. Whitney Wallace with the dig, Havana Hope with the set, and Aaron Curtis does the rest. 25-23 Lancers. And the Lancers turn it up a few dials. Hope sets up Taylor Williams, and #2 rockets it home for the kill. And to put the icing on the cake, how about some defense? Sammy Franco, welcome to the block party. The Lancers remain unbeaten, winning this match 3-0. Aaron Curtis leading the way with 20 kills, and she talks about how special this rivalry match is between these two phenomenal programs.
They're super fun. Playing them 5 times last year, we got to know them pretty well. But it's always a fun rivalry. Schools are super competitive in all of our sports, but I think volleyball especially. A bunch of us play club together, which is really fun, so we really get to go after each other when we play.
In Mountain View with the CCS SunPower Electric game, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Sac-hi Sports.
These Washington fans thinking about Jalen Frenchwood recovering from a car crash earlier this week. Irvington on the board as Jacob Sanotz waltzes in, giving the Vikings a 7-6 lead in the first. But this one was far from done. Washington quarterback Andrew Pham keeps it on the read option. Around the corner goes Pham, racing down the sideline 60 yards to the house, and Washington retakes the lead 12-7. Same score early second quarter. Matt Forbes takes the handoff right up the gut, 31 yards, and Irvington is back in the lead. Back and forth all night long. Washington's Richard Areno busting through tackles and diving into the end zone, 18-14, Washington in the lead. Back comes Irvington. Orion Shaw, a lefty throw, and he finds Jovan Basra for a nice gain, leading to an Irvington field goal. It's 23-17, Washington at the half, third quarter. And Irvington ties it up as Shaw keeps it. A terrific run, and it's 23 all late in the third. Same score in the fourth, and it's Shaw again, getting into the end zone before the ball is loose. Irvington takes a 30-23 lead. Back comes Washington. Areno prances in for the touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and Washington has a 1-point lead. 4 minutes to play, and Areno was pretty happy about that. Have some fun, Rich Areno. But Shaw will not be denied. Arian with a terrific run here late in the game. That was big, and it sets up this 5-yard touchdown run from Shaw, and Irvington has a 36-31 lead when Shaw gets in. Final seconds of the game, last chance for Washington. As Sean Johnson looking to throw, time runs out as Johnson heads towards the goal line, but he is knocked out of bounds just short of the end zone with no time on the clock as Irvington wins a thriller. 36-31 was the final, Irvington winning the league opening game.
Senior night at St. Francis as the Lancers host the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. Midway through the first, game tied at 1. Tiffany McGuire lobs a shot over the keeper to put St. Francis up by 1. A few minutes later, Vivian Golub with a beautiful backhanded shot to tie the game at 2. Less than a minute left in the first. Both teams add another goal. McGuire decides to lob a rainbow shot just out of the reach of the keeper as the Lancers lead 4-3 after 1. St. Francis adds to the lead as Allison Giusti fires one into the net, 5-3 Lancers. But the Gators chomp at the lead. 2 straight goals, including this penalty shot by Natalia Sherba, and the game is tied at 5 at the half. Into the third, Lucy Homer airs a shot from long distance as SHP goes up by 1. Less than 10 seconds left in the third. Homer finds Sherba, who fires a rocket into the net as the Gators lead 8-6 after 3. The Gators start to swim away with the lead in the fourth. Megan Newby fakes out the goalie, fires from short distance to get the goal. Made you look. SHP goes on to win 10-7, and the Gators are 2-0 in the West Catholic League.
Service Champions is the champion when it comes to HVAC sales and championship service.
This week's Service Champion Student Spotlight is Sophia Tan from the Los Gatos volleyball team. Sophia is the Vice President of the Asian American Association at Los Gatos. The club promotes Asian culture and creates a fun and safe community for everyone to learn about Asian cultures. Congrats to Sophia on all your hard work. Stevens Creek Chevrolet brings us the Spirit Corner every week.
This celebrates the great work done by Spirit squads all across the Bay Area. Here's the cheer team from Foothill.
Girl, and that's the issue. Girl, you know I miss you. I just wanna kiss you, but I can't right now, so baby, kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the phone. Right, work, 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 senora, right into my right. Yeah. It's going down for real.
Coming up, Bay Valley League action with Pittsburgh and Liberty.
But first, here's this week's Cupertino Electric Power Rankings for volleyball.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Kids these days, they're curious, kind, and resilient. A generation of givers and doers, kids these days are redefining what it means to show their true colors and shine bright. That's why at Clover the Rainbow, we're committed to providing families with nutritious, organic, American Humane Certified smoothies. And now, organic lactose-free whole milk and organic DHA omega-3 plus choline milk. Clover the Rainbow, power your brilliance.
From the beginning, West Credit Union was created to provide a brighter financial future for you. We work hard for our members because they're our greatest strength.
West worked for me when I needed an auto loan for my first car.
When I need to make a mobile payment, West works for me.
Put our premier savings account to work for you, now paying up to 25 times the national average. West Credit Union, working for you today, tomorrow, together.
Join us on the ice for the Bay Area's hottest sport. High school ice hockey leagues are forming now for the upcoming season. Be part of this fast-moving, hard-hitting, crazy, exciting game. You can join as part of your high school team or sign up to be assigned to a team. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations all around the Bay Area. Jump in anytime and join your friends on the ice. Be a part of Bay Area high school hockey. Contact Sharks Ice for more details and get into the game today.
We are Leland Entourage.
And you're watching 49ers
Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
We're back with opening night for Pittsburgh and Liberty in the Bay Valley League. Pitt has come through a very tough preseason schedule with a 4-1 record and looking for a league title this season.
Liberty comes into the game at 3-2 on the year, looking to upset the mighty Pirates in the game played at Pittsburgh on Friday night.
Senior night at Pittsburgh, the Pirates hosting Liberty. Halfway through the first, Jaden Rashada hands off to Quintel Lawson, and he explodes out the gate, sprinting downfield until he is finally brought down after a 43-yard run. Then Jaden Rashada holds onto it and fires to Rashid Williams in the end zone. The Pirates strike first. A few minutes later, Jaden Rashada scans and fires to Keenan Higgins, who holds on as he tumbles in for the score. Then in the second, Nate Bell on the run hits Deuce Carr with the laser, and he pops up to dance out the Liberty touchdown. The Pirates add to their lead, though. Jaden Rashada to Rashid Williams again. Williams picks up his second and then third TDs of the first half. But with 15 seconds left till halftime, Nate Bell finds an opening and takes it. He avoids the tackle and dives in to score, but Pittsburgh leads 28-12 at halftime. Second half, and Liberty means business. Nate Bell pops it to Sean Cervantes for the touchdown. Then Liberty gets the ball right back on an interception. This time Nate Bell launches and Jamar Searcy comes down with it. And all of a sudden it is 28-26 Pirates. Liberty takes the lead on a field goal, but with a minute left in the game, Pittsburgh has a field goal chance of their own, and Octavio Lopez gets it done. A close one down to the final seconds, but the Pirates win on senior night 31-29.
The American Eagles making the trip up to Union City to take on James Logan. The Colts looking to take set one. Juliana Bondog digs. Leanne Jung sets and Tua Navai smacks it down with authority. But American answers back. Tiame Carlton over to Sonia Murugesh. And Sonia sets it up for an Isabel Wu spike. Now it's Alexa Rentar to Murugesh to Sydney Herbert. And Sydney puts it away as American wins set 1 25-22. On to set two now, and Tua Navai bumps to Caitlin Anderson, and Caitlin sets it over to Mackenzie Anderson for the kill. Logan would take the lead late in set two, but American rallies back as Herbert bumps, Murugesh sets, and by Robbie Hedge crushes it, 23-21 Colts. James Logan trying to take set two, but Olivia Wu leaps up high for the block as American wins set two, 25-23. The Colts looking to rally back in set three. Mackenzie Anderson to Caitlin Anderson to Tua Navai, and Ann gets one of her 21 kills on the match as Logan takes set three, 25-17. American on the attack in set four. Malaya Cruz over to Murugesh, and Sonia sets it up perfectly for another Olivia Wu kill. Logan trying to answer back later in the set, but Murugesh goes up high for the block party as American wins it in 4 sets to remain all alone in first place in the Mission Valley League.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Jake Vanderbrook joins us now with the outstanding wide receiver and defensive back from El Cerrito, overcoming the tragedy in his life.
That's right, Robert. Over the years, Warren Smith has dealt with so much adversity, and this young man is using the emotional pain as fuel. It doesn't matter if Warren Smith lines up as a receiver or a defensive back. This talented senior gives it his all on every snap.
He's coachable and he's approachable and he's willing to learn. I think that makes it really, really easy as a coach to be able to get somebody like that.
Coach Jake was a real big help from day one, making sure that I did what I needed to do on the field, but also made sure I kept my grades up in the classroom.
Learning the game of football might come easy for Warren, but growing up outside of football was the complete opposite.
A lot of the people that I grew up with playing basketball, baseball, football with, a lot of them are in jail, in the streets, and some passed away, all from gang violence.
Taunting, hitting, shootings. Over the years, gun violence has affected Warren's family in the worst way possible, all starting in 2011, where Warren's older brother, Marquise Hamilton, was killed in North Richmond at a drive-by shooting.
I seen all my other family members sad. I seen my mother sad. Like when my first brother passed away, like I understood it, but I didn't really understand death at the moment.
Then in 2014, Warren lost two more older brothers. Earl Hamilton and Nelson Hamilton IV were shot and killed due to gun violence.
That was hard on me. The more I got older and the more people started passing away, the more I started understanding it and the more it started hitting me like you could never get these people back. All you have is the memories.
And within the last 2 years, Warren lost two more relatives. His cousin Jamaria Frazier and just recently his nephew Rashawn Jefferson passed away.
So it's just a lot of violence and just a lot of things I have to overcome, but ultimately I just use it as fuel.
When Warren was a young boy, his father Warren Smith Sr. was incarcerated.
I talked to him every day, visited him a lot, so he just made sure that I didn't make the same mistakes that he made.
When Warren was 10 years old, his father was released from jail. His parents are teaching Warren what's right and what's wrong, and they're making sure this hard worker stays on the right path with school and sports.
My parents really strive me a lot to just try to be great, especially my mom. Growing up, my mom made sure I was just growing up to be a young, respectful man.
It's safe to say Warren is playing with a purpose. His hard work is paying dividends. This determined senior will continue his academics and football career at Washington State University starting next year.
To see his commitment to the hard work and willing to go ahead and make the sacrifice and not do what everybody else is doing and understand what his goal was and push to it just explains a lot of what kind of person he is.
Them and my family are really the reason that I go so hard every day, knowing that I have a chance and the ability to be able to move them out of Richmond, California, out of the trenches.
Through the thick and thin, Warren Smith's story reminds us to appreciate our loved ones and to strive for success.
Cherish every moment with your family members. You never know when it's going to be the last time you see them. So whatever you play, just make sure you go 110% every single day.
Warren Smith is ignoring the tragedies and is focusing on what's ahead. Just a phenomenal young man, very nice to speak to. Now, Warren's goal is to play in the NFL. Safe to say, sky's the limit for this talented football player.
Yeah, outstanding what he's overcome and now going to college on scholarship.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. All right. Mirror West Credit Union honors teachers every week with the Mirror West Merit Award.
Here's Half Moon Bay's PJ Modena talking about his favorite teacher, Michael Berrigan.
My favorite teacher is Berrigan, Michael Berrigan, because he's been helping me through life since my past 17 years. I knew that guy since I was little, and he's the best teacher ever. He helps me through everything I need.
Coming up, our Mattress Firm Perfect Match, it's the Mount Hamilton Division Showdown with Lincoln and Christopher.
And Mount Hamilton Volleyball with Branham and Lee as 49ers Cal-Hi Sports presented by U.S. Bank continues.
Everyone can learn. Sometimes it's the teacher who makes all the difference. At Math Enrichment, we use only top-rated credentialed teachers. Our fully accredited WASC schools allow you to move up to advanced classes in high school and get high school credit. Math Enrichment has fun, recreational activities helping to make your math experience a joy. You can learn even advanced math, and we can help make it happen. Sign up at mathenrichment.net or at one of our many Bay Area locations. Use the Cal-Hi promo code for the best possible price.
Trevor was born a champion.
He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Brought your baseball glove to basketball practice, but turned out to be football practice? Game on, junk sleep. During Mattress Firm's Sleeping Spree event, save up to $500 plus get a free adjustable base with 2 free bedding items. You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Only at Mattress Firm.
49ers Cal High Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Lexus of Stevens Creek, we get it. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By Sharks Eyes, the official practice facility of the San Jose Sharks and home of the San Jose Barracuda. By Mary West Credit Union, working for you today, tomorrow, together. By DevCon, build, perform, design, sustain. And by Math Enrichment, learn, achieve, have fun.
Each week, Mattress Firm helps us find a great match on the field or court, just like they try and find a great match for you and a mattress. This week, it's a terrific football matchup in Gilroy with the Christopher Cougars. Christopher, a perfect 5-0 coming into the game.
Christopher taking on the 5-0 Lincoln Lions. It's a huge Mount Hamilton Division showdown in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
The Christopher cheerleaders entertaining the crowd as the Cougars host Lincoln. Early first quarter, Damian Gomez starting for the injured Jackson Robinson, going deep to Jatarius Lee, and the 6'3 senior hauls it in. That's a 52-yard touchdown play and a 7-0 Christopher lead. Lincoln comes back later in the first, handed to Sal Espinosa, and our pal Sal with a big game. Sal was just getting started. The Lions score later on the drive. Tatum Phillips finding a hole and fighting his way in. We're tied at 7-all. Gomez back to throw again for the Cougars, and again it's Lee. This guy is a big-time wideout. This catch leads to a short field goal, 10-7 Christopher. Lincoln comes right back. Tatum Phillips keeps it himself, traveling down the far sideline, breaking tackles. A terrific run, finally brought down after a 40-yard gain. Then from the 12, Phillips fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, and stumbles into the end zone as Lincoln takes its first lead of the game, 13-10. Same score, fourth quarter. Great defense all game long by the Lions. This pass is picked by Ramel Lawrence, ending the Cougar drive. Later in the fourth, ball at the 23, and Espinosa is at it again. Sal to the house, and Lincoln takes a 20-10 lead. More Lion defense here. It's a halfback pass, but the ball is batted away by Tatum Phillips, and then intercepted by Justin Waiteja, and a terrific return by the junior quarterback, and the Lions were rolling. Great line play on the offense by the Lions all game long. Francisco Martinez and Louis Catano opening the hole here, and Espinosa doing his thing. 28 yards, and the Lincoln lead is 27-10. Doherty with a late touchdown drive. The big play, this screen to Julius Aragon. A great player for the Cougars, but not enough, as Lincoln goes to 6-0 on the season. A huge night for the senior, Sal Espinosa, who talked to us after the game about the big win for the Lions.
This win means a lot, you know. We're expecting a dogfight when we're coming into it, and and I thank everyone, including my teammates, cheering behind me. You know, like Coach said, we're not the biggest team, but we play with a lot of heart, a lot of speed, and we just work hard every day at practice.
It's pink night at Lee as the Longhorn student section is ready to go for this volleyball match with Branham. First set, Bruins on the attack. Avalon Agnelli delivers a pass to Giselle Payton, who drills this ball to the hardwood. Back on the Longhorns, Kira Moganum keeps the volley alive, and Tegan Cooling goes up high and down hard for one of her 19 kills. And the Longhorns would take set one as Bailey Padilla delivers the boom. 15 kills for Padilla, 25-23 lead. Second set, Branham looking to get going. Kira Moganum is there for the block, part of a 5-0 run to start the set, but the Bruins respond as Payton bumps it to Andra Inake, who spikes it down with authority. Moments later, Bruins still on the attack. This time Agnelli sets it up to Ava Medina, who crushes this ball with the hardwood. Woo! Bruins take set 2, 25-21. Third set, and here's more Ava Medina, who lays the hammer down for one of her 20 kills in the match. Later in the set, Bruins take advantage of an overpass, and the setter, Avalon Agnelli, is there for the kill. My goodness. Bruins win set 3, 25-20, and Bram would take over from there as Andra Inake times her jump perfectly to record the block. Big road victory for Branham as the Bruins are now in first place in the Mount Hamilton division, beating Lee 3-1.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award each week, celebrating young people who donate their time to do good work in their communities.
This week's Volunteer Award goes to Lee field hockey player Macy Hoekstra. Macy does lots of charity work through her church, including work with a middle school youth group and some trips to Mexico to help build homes for the homeless. Macy explains why this work is so important to her.
It makes me feel fulfilled in my life in that I've actually done something to help others. It just makes me feel like I've done something.
Gallo Salami salutes top athletes looking to play beyond high school.
This week's Gallo Salami Big Salami is Ryan Beasley from Doherty Valley, the outstanding guard on the basketball team, committing to play next season at the University of San Francisco.
Coming up, the top two teams in the West Catholic League squaring off as Sarah meets Bellarmine.
And Salesian battles Pinole Valley in volleyball. You're watching 49ers Sac-hi Sports presented by U.S. Bank. We are back at Levi Stadium with action from the West Catholic League, where Bellarmine and Sarah lead the league with 2-0 records. The Padres from Sarah are our top-ranked team in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and Bellarmine is on a 3-game win streak with Ben Pfaff running well again this year with nearly 500 yards rushing. Can the Bells slow down the Bay Area's top team? Let's see. These Bells fans getting a little bit rowdy. I believe you spelled that R-O-D-Y, I'm pretty sure. Bellarmine looking good early. Parker Threet, the quarterback draw, and a nice run by the junior for an opening drive first down. Later same drive, Ryan Perrin diving in, giving the Bells a 7-0 lead. But next possession for the Padres, Maluwaki Smith throwing a dart up the middle, hitting Jaden Weber in stride, 43 yards, and Sarah strikes back. We're tied at 7. Second quarter, and the Bell defense playing well all night long. This is outstanding senior Javon Reels with the tackle, but the Padres take the lead in the second, pitch it to Danny New, and Danny is in from 6 yards out. Sarah using big plays to win this game on fourth down. It's a fake punt, and it works as Brooks Trimmer gets a first down for Sarah. Later in the third, hand it to Danny New, and racing down the far sideline is Danny, 43 yards, and the Padres are up 21-7. A big game for New. The Sarah defense really dominant after that first drive. Jabari Mann is an outstanding linebacker for Sarah. Jabari with the sack. One more for Sarah late in the third. Smith hitting Joey Villa-Roman over the middle in stride, a 41-yard touchdown play as Sarah remains unbeaten at 6-0, all alone in first place in the West Catholic League. 2 running touchdowns for Danny New.
Senior night at Pinole Valley as the Spartans host the Salesian Pride. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. First set was a battle. Hannah Salon passes to Sarah Marquez for the kill. Spartans take a 12-10 lead. Salesian down by 1. Megan Lee sets to Monique Plummer, and she sends a perfect shot across the court to tie the set at 22. Pride at set point. Plummer with the diving dig. Liliana Mejia bumps to Michaela Lucas, who finds the gap, and the Pride were pumped. Salesian takes the first set 25-23. Second set was tied at 8. Tyler Nichols bumps to Salon, who passes back to Nichols, and the captain gets the kill. Spartans go up by 1. Salesian go on a run though. Lee sets up Melina Mendoza, who gets up high and gets the point. Pride lead 2016. Salesian get the set point. Ashley Miyamoto on the serve, and it just stays in to get the ace. Pride takes set 2, 25-19. Pride stayed hot in the third. Lee sets to Ava Santos, who sends an unreturnable hit over the net. Salesian up by 5. Salesian still holding on to the lead. This time it's Giselle Rodriguez with a perfect serve to get the ace, and the Pride do the ace chant. Lee leads the way with 10 aces as Salesian stays perfect in the Tri-County League.
Math Enrichment is the Bay Area leader in quality tutoring to help you become a Scholar Athlete.
So Math Enrichment brings us the Scholar Athlete Award every week. This week's Scholar Athlete is Luke Baker, the star quarterback for San Ramon Valley. Luke, a great quarterback and also very impressive in the classroom with a 4.4 GPA.
Albany's Construction is back with us again this year, presenting the Dirty Work play.
This is a play showing the type of grit and determination shown by all the workers at Albany's Construction. This week's Dirty Work play goes to Jay Ginguji from the Leland Chargers, the defensive back, jumping in front of the pass and taking it to the house. Jay Ganguji doing the dirty work just like Albany's construction. Coming up, our NCS SunPower Electric game as Miramonte meets Northgate.
And later, it's Bishop O'Dowd battling Tennyson as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank rolls along.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain. Hi, ladies. Alex from U.S. Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules, and customize orders? That's what U.S. Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can U.S. Bank help us there? We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help. Huge. Jumbo. Ginormous. Woo! Woo!
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. We'll get there together.
The Rikers Center's Community Service Program in Menlo Park provides a unique opportunity for you to gain valuable leadership and life skills while working in a diverse and exciting environment. Whether you're looking to complete school service hours, gain relevant experience for a job or college, or immerse yourself in all the Rikers Center has to offer, our Community Service Program gives you the opportunity to engage your community, make meaningful human connections, and learn new skills in athletic fitness, creative arts, and nature awareness. Got goals? Come to the Rikers Center.
1, 2, 3.
Get ready to cheer for your next new or used car at Stevens Creek Chevrolet.
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
We're ready to make your buying experience safe and easy. Come to our dealership to see and test drive one of hundreds of great Chevrolet cars and trucks. Or you can go online to shop, order, and have your new car delivered right to your door. So get fired up for a great deal right here at
Stevens Creek Chevrolet!
This week's NCS SunPower Electric game is opening night in the Diablo Foothill League. Northgate is one of 3 teams with perfect 5-0 records starting league play.
Miramonte is 4-1 with league play starting. It's our NCS SunPower Electric game. Our Adrian Soriano was there.
Electric game.
The Diablo Foothill League opener between Miramonte and Northgate features 2 talented quarterbacks. For Miramonte, it's UCLA-bound senior Luke Duncan. Luke has 1,244 passing yards and 17 touchdowns for the Matadors so far on the year. Meanwhile, for Northgate, John Pelletier leads the offense with 765 passing yards and 11 touchdowns for the Broncos. Who will start off Diablo Foothill League play at 1-0? Let's find out in our NCS SunPower Electric game. Northgate driving early. John Pelletier takes the snap and heaves one deep down the field for Emilio Pucci, who hauls it in and takes it inside the 5. Then a couple plays later, give it to Manny Webster, who plunges in for the score, 7-0 Broncos. Northgate on the attack again, handed to Ben Hostler, and Ben finds the end zone, 14-0 Broncos. But Miramonte answers back later in the quarter. Luke Duncan shoots one high and deep to Cooper Bullock, who makes the catch over a defender for a big gain. The Mats score a couple plays later, 14-8 Northgate after 1. Second quarter now, and Duncan fires and hits Bennett Destino, who scampers in for 6. 15-14 Miramonte in the lead. The Mats knocking on the door again, give it to Destino on the option this time, and Bennett dives in for his second touchdown of the game. 22-14 Miramonte at the half. Miramonte adds on in the second half. Duncan fires over the middle to Cooper Bullock, and Cooper will run it in for a 28-yard touchdown connection. 29-14 Matadors. Northgate trying to keep pace. Pelletier hits Emilio Pucci on the screen pass, and Emilio keeps his legs churning all the way into the end zone. 29-21 Miramonte. But the Mats come right back on their next drive. Duncan fires and hits a wide open J.D. Pierce, and J.D. is gone! 65 yards to the house. It's 35-21 Miramonte. Northgate responds later in the quarter. Handed to Webster again, and Manny sprints into the end zone. 35-28 Mats after 3. Miramonte extends its lead in the 4th. Thomas Wilson gets the handoff and muscles his way in for the score. 43-28 Mats in the lead. Northgate still fighting back. Pelletier scrambles out of the pocket and throws it deep, but the pass is tipped, and Kawika Boyd makes a spectacular one-handed catch to put the Broncos just shy of the goal line. The Broncos score a couple plays later. It's an 8-point game. Miramonte trying to end it late, but the pass is tipped and picked off by Bo Molinelli, and Northgate is back in business. The Broncos looking to keep their drive alive on 4th down, but Grant Scanlon makes the stop just shy of the first down marker as Miramonte hangs on to win it 43-35. Here's Luke Duncan talking about the team's success so far this season.
So run game's going great. I mean, O-line's killing up for us. They open up the run game, then the pass game comes next, so couldn't be more thankful to them.
In Walnut Creek with the NCS SunPower Electric game, I'm Adrian Soriano, 49ers Cal High Sports.
The Doherty Valley Wildcats host the Foothill Falcons Friday night. Nikon Shadoust on the call. Doherty Valley punting it on the first drive to Falcons' Luke Haverly, who grabs it at the 37-yard line and turns on the Jets, coming right at us and dives into the end zone for the early touchdown, 7-0 Foothill. Still first quarter as Eric Olson lets it fly and finds top D1 recruit Chris Lawson, who gets the TD, 14-0 Falcons. Second quarter action as Olson lets it loose again to Lawson for the touchdown. It's quickly 21-0 Foothill. Falcons ball again in the second on 4th and long. The Olson-Lawson connection keeps the drive alive, setting up Samar Latier to score, and it's 28-0 Falcons. Second half, Wildcats Adia Ved drops back and finds Gavin Brissett, but the drive stalls. New half, same Falcons as Lawson is on return, and he scrambles around and finds his route to score. Lawson finishes the night with 3 touchdowns, and it's 34-0 Foothill. Wildcats ball with zeros on the clock in the 4th as Falcons' Michael Gaywell finds the ball and makes a house call. Falcons go on to win it 41-0, improving 4 and handing Doherty Valley its first loss of the season.
The volleyball squad from Los Altos is having a fine season.
The girls talking about their season with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikus Center this week.
And we are here at the Rikus Center for Human Enhancement where goals are achieved. Got goals? And here are the girls varsity volleyball team from Los Altos High School. Make some noise! And we're going to start off with Shannon McCabe, a senior libero. Shannon, you play a huge role for this Los Altos team. What is it like playing that role for the squad that's doing really well in league play?
I take a lot of responsibility and I have a lot of fun working with everybody. I think it's a really special opportunity to work with such a great team of players, and I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah, and just to talk about the team bonding as you guys progress throughout the season thus far.
I think we have a really special unique ability to get along, and we have really strong teamwork and team chemistry, and I think that's really carrying us through this season.
Okay, and now over to Megan Wong. So now, Megan, this team is 4-2 come league play thus far. What is it going to take for this team to be #1 in the Deanza League?
I think we really need to work on getting out of ruts easily and building momentum. But I think, like Shannon said, our team chemistry is really good, and we're really good at bringing each other up.
Absolutely. And finally, over to Caitlin Lee, as I'm going to separate over here. What are you going to miss the most playing volleyball for this program?
Definitely the team, and just being able to come to the gym every day and just have this special team dynamic, and so I'm going to miss that a lot.
Awesome. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Now take us out with a cheer.
Eagles on 3. 1, 2, 3, Eagles.
Coming up, Bishop O'Dowd taking on Tennyson.
But first, here is our Cupertino Electric Power Rankings for football. We are back at Levi Stadium with opening night in the Foothill Division. Tennyson finishing preseason with a 3-2 record.
The Lancers taking on perennial league power Bishop O'Dowd this week.
League opener for Bishop O'Dowd and Tennyson in Hayward. Jack Johnson with the action. Lancers' first drive of the game, and it's a jet sweep to Tayshawn Lyons. And pack your bags, boys. This flight's headed to the end zone and an early 7-0 lead. Dragons marching back early second quarter. All runs to this point. Devin Wilson fires a strike up the middle to Makara Kenyon on the play action to even the game at 7-all. Still 7-7. It's the 4-star prospect Lions again. Northbound lane got some traffic. Think I'll go west. Lions shakes and weaves its way into Dragons territory and a fresh set of downs. Couple plays later, and don't you just love when it's a good night for tips? Great concentration on the deflection by Rico Zalazar, and it's 14-7. Lancers second half. This isn't a replay. This is a road well traveled for Kenyon. Same road he scored on earlier. The same one he scores on now, 14-14. Extra period. Lancers ball first and that's how you make the opening statement. Travion Green powers his way in for 6. Lancers go for 2 and go right back to 2-4. It's 22-14 Lancers on the connection from Jordan Hernandez to Green. Dragons time to answer. It's Saliu So taking the pitch just outside the 5-yard line. Next play, So finds daylight on the outside and scores to make it 22-20. Dragons have to go for 2 to extend this game, and the Lancers make the stand to end it. A thriller from Hayward, 5 periods of football, and it all comes down to the 1 yard that decides it. 22-20, Tennyson wins.
The Harker School helps us honor people who mentor the high school stars we feature each week.
Here's Anna Dedinger from Camp Lindo.
I dedicate my success to my parents. I wouldn't be here without them. They paid for all my practices and club teams and took me to all my practices and tournaments, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without them.
Brought to you by the Harker School, the San Jose Chamber Orchestra opened its season of the Harker Concert Series on September 30th, performing a diverse repertoire of selections from composers such as Mozart and John Williams. The next installment of the Harker Concert Series is November 4th, featuring saxophonist Donnie McCaslin. At Harker Transitional Kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week we show you the Be Happy play.
This week's Be Happy play goes to Richard Areno from the Washington Huskies, giving his team a 2-point conversion and a 1-point lead, and he was very happy about that. Go to DGDG.com to see how you can be a happy car buyer. Coming up, it's a Service by Medallion play of the week. We'll see which play gets it next.
But first, here is this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
My name is Kieran Kunihiro. I play soccer at Haverford College. I'm extremely grateful for the Rikus Center for helping me achieve my lifelong dream of being a collegiate athlete. And I'm really excited to announce the Cal High training tip of the week.
I'm Andrew Havili. Today's training tip is a hex bar jump. Hex bar jumps are built for explosiveness and power. Patrick's going to pick the bar up, start tall. He'll drop down quickly, jump up, and catch, making sure he lands safely and appropriately.
Service by Medallion brings us the play of the week each week.
First off, we will show you some contenders and then name the play we thought was the best of the best.
We start off play of the week with Northgate's Kawika Boyd. Look at this catch! One-handed, my goodness! But here's a better one. Bo Milligan with a diving interception. Wow! But the play of the week goes to Liberty's Jamar Searcy. Oh my goodness, what a catch! Let's see it in slow-mo now. Jamar Searcy, the new Randy Moss. You just won the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that's our show for this week. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. 49ers Sac-hi Sports is up next, so stick around to see De La Salle take on St. Mary's. That's coming up right after this.